One of the most remarkable things about this thing is we took some pictures of, I forget what it was, and several people took pictures with digital cameras, and you can actually see these physical, these orbs.
Dust particles.
Everybody says they're dust particles. That's not true.
Well, I guess, you know, you never really think about it being really real. But then things happen and it begins to change your mind.
I've never heard anybody personally that said that they've done any scary stuff to them or damage or something.
I said, Dorothy, if this is you, please don't scare me, you know, we'll sit down and talk.
You have a story anyway.
I have one, but I'm not allowed to tell it.
Okay, never mind. Why? Just out of curiosity.
Because she doesn't want the police department to look like we believe in ghosts.
Okay, but unofficially, do you?
I ask a lot of people that come in, you know, what made you come to Monticello? And most of them say it's like going back in time.
It's definitely the small town atmosphere here in Monticello. Everyone knows everyone.
People love the historic buildings and the quietness, and people are so friendly here.
Believe me, I mean, that's why I love it so much. How you going, man? Got a lot of good people here. Well, they're all good, just, you know, I didn't mean it that way.
From the very prominent to the very poor, from white-collar workers to the poor dirt farmer, they all have very, very believable and very, very credible stories to tell of their ghosts.
I had a friend, and that was restoring an old home here in Monticello, and he wanted to look through this house to see what I had done. So we had walked around and was about in front of the door of this room, and all of a sudden we heard this lady just chattering away, and the voice came from in the dining room, and he turned around and he looked at me and he says, Jackie, I thought we were the only people in the house. I said, we are.
But yeah, there's ghosts in this town. And I think they're all good.
I had years, I would see a little boy that no one else seemed to be able to see. We talked, yes. We would talk. I would see him and sometimes we would talk. He just always wanted to play, and sometimes I would throw my little ball to him and sometimes he would throw it back.
But there's some old, my gosh, some of these cemeteries that go clear back to 1700s, 1800s. You see like the Civil War and all that stuff. It's amazing.
But it just amazes me the way the Confederate soldiers and the Union soldiers are all buried in there together, and they seem to still be having skirmishes in there. I've always heard about how doors seem to open. Oh my God, it did! Look! Look! Did you see that? Did you see that? Thank you so much for obliging us and letting us see that you truly are here. Thank you guys. And it's very, very nice for you to let us know that you definitely are here, and you've done something very important. You do let us know that life does go on and death is not the end. And for that, we do thank you.
My wife we bought this property because it was abandoned for 4 years. We got a big old oak tree in the backyard that's we love dragons and stuff.
The tree, that is, I had a kitchen window built into the add-on so I can stand in the kitchen, in the sink, and watch my tree.
The center of this tree has the face, the mouth, the eyes, and everything of a dragon. If you take a picture around that tree, you'll see it's like fog or something around whatever you're taking. A halo sometimes. Sometimes there's a bright light, like a light bulb or something.
And sometimes You can stand out here and his eyes will be open, and other times his eyes will be closed.
When there is a ghost in the area, you get an eerie feeling. But I'm not afraid. You know, they've never harmed me or whatever, so I just know they're there watching. Hope they're friendly. And Millie has a problem too. Sometimes she will not get near a vent, you know, where the heat and the air comes out, and she'll growl and whatever, so I'm always saying there's a ghost hiding down in the vent.
All of a sudden, I saw a lady in a long dress, and she walked from the dining room, and I looked at her in the mirror here, and she just drifted by, and I couldn't see her anymore once she passed the mirror in this cabinet. I said, "Who is there?" Nobody answered me, and I never heard any footsteps or anything. Now, this was 3 weeks ago. And then in about 10 minutes, I'm still thinking, did I really see what I saw or not?
All small cities in the South had their own hanging tree, which is always adjacent to the county courthouse. Also, a unique thing about this tree is that quite often, passerby are circling through the courthouse square, they actually have seen the apparition of a Confederate soldier standing here. But we do know for anyone that has saw him, some of them have actually hit the tree. And there's scar marks over here on the other side of this tree where they have hit the tree. But we certainly want everyone to understand, if you hit the tree and Monticello's finest comes out, you don't want to tell them that you have just seen a ghost and that's the reason you hit the tree, because the first thing they're going to do is make sure that you haven't been partaken in the spirits yourself.
My wife collects little pebbles and stuff, stones, different colors, everything. She got like a little jar up there. One day I was walking from the kitchen in the living room, and these pebbles kept hitting me in the back, falling on the floor.
That was kind of funny because I wasn't in the room, and he was hollering at me. And
I said, "Now you throw pebbles at me, darn it." She says, "No, I didn't." She says, "That was probably Miss Lily."
So, Miss Lily's been a part of our family for 12 years, and she's very friendly. And at times, you know, when I find myself here at home alone at night, Bob has to be out of town or whatnot, she keeps me company, so she can stay here as long as until she figures out what she has to do to pass on to her next journey. There was a part of the chimney when we bought the home, and one had stains. He said, Mr. Jones told me no matter what they did to the chimney, it was like blood stains, like blood that had just run. And he said that no matter what they did, how many times it was painted or anything, it always came back. And there is some of that evidence in one of the bedrooms across the hall on the chimney now.
This lady statue, we're not sure why, but she seems to move. We do 3 tours a night in October. I can do 1 tour and she'll be facing that way, and I can come back to my 3rd tour and she'll be facing the other direction. Why she chooses to change positions, perhaps she just gets tired of standing like this. Maybe her neck hurts for this one position for so long, but it's definitely an oddity that she chooses to change poses.
Well, then my husband decided, since we had this huge old wisteria bush, that he wanted to build a love garden. So this is my husband's creation, and as you can see, I have put wind chimes in here to welcome Miss Lily and her friends, because old folklore is that if you put bottles around the eaves of your house, that keeps the spirits away. The wind chimes let them know that this is a safe place for them to be.
I am the director-founder of Big Bend Ghost Trackers. I founded it in 2000, and I'm also the creator and developer for Historic Monticello Ghost Tours. We believe that 1 out of 3 homes or businesses are presently haunted or has in the past experienced a haunting. We believe that Dogwood Street is the reason that Monticello is the South's most haunted small town. Dogwood Street is built on a ley line. A ley line is an area that works kind of a portal for ghosts to come and go. Sedona, Arizona, and Cassadaga, Florida both are built on ley lines, and they have an abundance of paranormal activity as well.
It's helped bring people to the community. It's put Monticello on the map. Used to, you'd say Monticello and they said, oh, the Watermelon Festival. And now you say Monticello and they say, oh, that's where they have the ghost tours.
That's Max, my goat. Spirits don't bother him.